This happened about a year ago when I was working late shifts at a logistics warehouse just outside my town. My shift ended at 11 p.m., sometimes a little later, and the drive back home was around 20 minutes. It was mostly empty roads, long stretches of highway, and a few residential areas before I reached my neighborhood. For the first few months, everything was normal. Then, one night, I noticed a car behind me as I pulled out of the warehouse parking lot. It didn't stand out at first, just a regular sedan. Its headlights weren't too bright, nothing unusual. I drove like I normally did, merging onto the main road, then onto the highway. About 5 minutes into the drive, I checked my rear view mirror again. The same car was still behind me. But that wasn't strange by itself. What caught my attention was how it maintained distance. Not too close, not too far, almost intentional. I changed lanes, it changed lanes. I slowed down slightly, it slowed down too. And that's when I started to feel a little uneasy. I told myself I was overthinking it. Late night, empty roads, and your mind starts playing tricks on you. But then I decided to test it. I took an exit I never used. It led into a quiet residential area with winding streets and no direct path to my house. The car followed. At that point, my chest tightened. I made another turn, then another. Every single time, the car stayed behind me. No other vehicles, no pedestrians, just me and that one car. I didn't want to go home anymore. Instead, I drove towards a 24-hour diner I knew, which was about 10 minutes away. As soon as I got close to the diner, bright lights, a few parked cars, that vehicle behind me slowed down, and then it drove past me. I couldn't see the driver clearly. I stayed at the diner for about 20 minutes, trying to calm down. Eventually, I convinced myself it was just coincidence. Until the next night, when I left work, the same car was already parked across the street, engine running, waiting, and as I pulled out, it pulled out too. That's when I realized it wasn't following me randomly. It knew when I got off work. Over the next few days, it kept happening. Sometimes it would follow me halfway, and sometimes all the way to my street, but never turning in, just sitting at the corner and watching. One night, I decided to change everything. I left work early without telling anyone, took a completely different route, and for a moment, I thought I lost it until I stopped at a red light. And slowly, in my side mirror, I saw that same car pull up behind me, like it had been searching for me, like it knew I would be there. That was a night I didn't go home at all, and even now I still take different routes, because sometimes when I check my mirror, I swear I still see it. I used to work at a small grocery store during evening shifts. It wasn't a big place, just a quiet neighborhood store that stayed open until midnight. Most nights were uneventful, but there was one regular customer I started noticing. At first, he didn't stand out. He would come in, walk around slowly, and then leave without buying anything. I didn't think much of it until I realized he was coming in almost every night, always around the same time, and always doing the same thing, walking through every aisle, looking at the shelves, but never picking anything up. One night, I decided to pay more attention. I watched him through the security monitor. He moved slowly, deliberately, and what bothered me was he kept looking towards the front counter, means towards me. Every time I looked up, he would look away, like he didn't want to get caught watching. I told my coworker about it, but she just shrugged it off, said maybe he was just weird. But then something changed. One night, around 11 p.m., I stepped out back to throw some trash. When I came back inside, he was standing at the counter, closer than I had ever seen him. And for the first time, he spoke. He asked me what time we closed. I told him midnight. He nodded slowly and then said, "Good to know." Then he walked out. That night, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. The next evening, I saw him again. Same routine, but this time he stayed longer and closer, always within view. Near closing time, my coworker left early, so it was just me in the store and him. I started feeling nervous. I kept checking the clock. It was 11:55 p.m. 5 minutes to close. So I made an announcement over the speaker. Store will be closing in 5 minutes. He didn't move. Just stood in the last aisle, waiting. Midnight hit. I locked the front doors and turned to look down the aisle. He was gone. I felt relief immediately until I heard something behind me. A soft sound from the back of the store near the storage area where customers aren't allowed. I slowly walked towards it, heart pounding. And that's when I saw the back door slightly open. And just outside, in the darkness, he was standing there, like he had been waiting for me to come out. That was the last night I ever worked there. But a week later, I saw him again, standing across the street from my apartment, still watching, still not holding anything, still waiting and staring at my apartment. I used to go for late night runs to clear my head. There was a trail near my apartment that looped around the park and came back to a small parking lot. I liked it because it was quiet, almost too quiet. One night, I noticed something strange. As I started my run, I passed a man standing near the entrance of the trail. He wasn't jogging, just standing there, looking down at his phone. I didn't think much of it and kept going. About 10 minutes later, I looked around and came back towards the same entrance. He was still there, same position, same posture. That felt odd, but I ignored it. The next night, I saw him again. Same spot, same time. That's when I started to feel uneasy. On the third night, I decided to change my pace. I ran faster than usual, finished my loop quicker. When I got back, he was still there, and this time he looked up directly at me. That's when I stopped running at night for a few days. But eventually, I convinced myself I was overreacting. So I went back. Different time this time though. Earlier, around 7 p.m. I thought that would change things. But as I reached the trail entrance, he was already there, waiting, like he knew I would come. I didn't run that day. I turned around and went home. From that point on, I stopped going to that trail completely. But something worse started happening. I began noticing small things. Someone walking past my apartment at odd hours, a car slowing down outside, footsteps in the hallway that stopped near my door. And then one night, I checked my phone and saw something that made my stomach drop. A notification from a fitness app that I used. It showed my running history, distances, times, routes, and then I noticed there was a second device logged into my account, tracking everything, watching every run, every time, every route. And suddenly, it made sense. He wasn't just waiting randomly. He was timing me, learning my routine. And the worst part, I still don't know if I was able to log him out in time.